In this video, we'll continue our class on the bony fishes. In the previous video, we talked about the cartilaginous fishes, and we mentioned that cartilaginous fishes, they are found mostly in marine habitats, and only 28 species are found in freshwater habitats. But today, we'll be talking about the bony fishes. But before we get into today's class, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and comment if you have any question or if you have any videos that you want us to work on. So let us get into this class now. Osteichthyes, which is the bony fishes. So we have several key adaptations contributing to the radiation of bony fishes. They have operculum over the gills, which is a bony plate that attached to a series of muscles, and it covers the what? It covers the gills. And this feature, the feature of the operculum, it increases the respiratory efficiency because of outward rotation of the operculum creates a negative pressure so that the water could be drawn across the gills and pushed across the mouth pump. And this is the function of operculum, not only to close or to protect the gills, but also to increase the respiratory efficiencies in bony fishes. And they have a gas-filled derivative of the esophagus, which provide additional means of gaseous exchange. And this can also be a means of achieving neutral buoyancy. Now, in fishes that uses these pouches, the pouches that I just mentioned are a gas-filled derivative of the esophagus that uses these pouches for gaseous exchange. The pouches is called the lungs. But fishes that use it for primarily for buoyancy or floating in water, it is called what? It is called the swim bladder. I think I've shown you what the swim bladder is in the in one of our videos before, where we talk about adaptation of the fishes. So it is called swim bladders in those ones that are using it for buoyancy, and it is called lungs in those ones that are using for what? For respiration. So they live in both marine and freshwater. The body is spindle. The tail is homosaka. I think we have mentioned that we know what homosaka is. And if you are confused what homosaka is, we can have a fish like this. I think we all know this one. I know how to draw this very well. So this is an homosaka caudal fin. So this is an example. Even though my fish is smiling, I don't mind that. But this is an example of homosaka tail. You understand? So that is what we have there. So the endoskeleton is chiefly bones. They have only bones in their endoskeleton, and respiration is by 4 pairs of gills, and these 4 pairs of gills is covered with operculum. So I think 4 pairs of gills, and these 4 pairs of gills is covered with operculum. They have two chambered hearts. Now, unlike most sharks, bony fishes are oviparous, which means they lay their egg, and they lay impressive egg, and they fertilize them externally. Now, they have a large amount of eggs that they can lay. Like the one that I just mentioned here is ocean sunfish that can lay almost all up to 300 million eggs. You understand? And the probability of survival increases because not all these 300 million eggs will survive, but the probability of survival increases based on some key adaptation. For example, the building of nest for those fishes. Now, let's also go to a representative member of the class Osteichthyes, and that is Oreochromis niloticus, also known as the Nile Tilapia. I repeat, Oreochromis, that is Oreochromis niloticus. 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 And I'm going to underline it separately. So that is Oreochromis niloticus, also known as what? Also known as Nile Tilapia. Now, Oreochromis niloticus belongs to the family Cichlidae. Cichlidae. That is the family that it belongs to. And the three well-known genera of Oreochromis niloticus is Oreochromis itself, the tilapia, and Saropterodon. So the Nile tilapia belongs to the genus Oreochromis. That is where we have Oreochromis niloticus. And this species is naturally distributed in Palestine, the Nile River, as well as most part of African lakes. Now, like I said, they belong to the what? They belong to the family Cichlidae. That is the family that they belong to. And they are laterally compressed, just like the ones that we just said now. They are laterally compressed and they have a pelvic and pectoral fins. They have pelvic and pectoral fins, and these pelvic and pectoral fins are spiny, just like you are seeing it here. Can you see? It is spiny, and they have what? They have homosacal tail, which means they have homosacal caudal fin. You understand? They have a nostril, they have a cheek, they have operculum, which covers the what? Which covers the gills. They have paired appendages, which is the pelvic fin and the pectoral fins. They have the anal fins, caudal fin, and the dorsal fin. So we have the what? They have homosacal tail, they have anal fin, they have dorsal fin, they have pelvic and pectoral fins, you understand? And they have the what? They have the eyes. So the gill is present around this place, and it is covered with what? It is covered with operculum. Now, they can live up to 9 years, and it is very popular due to the resistance to disease, and they are very easy to breed. They are mostly found in what? They are mostly found in shallow waters. They are mostly found in shallow waters, just like this one that you are seeing here. Now, they use their fins to maintain position, to move, to steer, and to stop. So these are the function of their fins. Like I said what? They have paired fins, which is pelvic fin and the pectoral fins. So what do you use their paired fins for? They use their pelvic fin. It helps them to stabilize, and so they use for stability, steering, stopping, and hovering. And they used their unpaired fins just like the caudal fin for propulsion. So like their caudal fin now, their caudal fin is used for what? For propulsion. Other unpaired fins used for reducing rolling in motion, and it can also help in turning movements. You understand? Now we now talk about the alimentary system of these fishes. They feed on phytoplankton, you understand, using the mucus trap and their pharyngeal teeth. So let me show you so this is the alimentary canal of a typical fish. This is not the one for Oreochromis niloticus. The reason is because I did not see the image for the one for Oreochromis niloticus, but I can still use this one because they are both bony fishes. So I'm just using this one to explain it. So they feed on phytoplasms using their mucus trap and the pharyngeal teeth, and the pH of the stomach varies, and when it is full it can be as low as 1.4, so as to facilitate lysis of algae. Now the pH progressively increase into 5 in the intestine and near around the and 8 near the anus. So in the stomach it can be as low as 1.4, in the intestine it can be as 5.5, and in the anus it can be 8, which means anus is basic, the stomach is acidic, just like we know that it must be acidic due to the hydrochloric acid that will be present, and the intestine is around, it is acidic but it is almost neutral, which is 5.5. And the digestive tract of Nile tilapia is at least 6 times of the total length of the fish, which means they have a what? They have a highly coiled digestive tract, alimentary canal. Now, respiration is primarily by gills, and it is supported by gill arches, and it is covered by what? The gills is covered by operculum. And what's the function of operculum? Like I said, it increase the efficiency of respiration by creating a negative feedback of this thing, so that water can enter, will be pushed into the gills, then into the mouth opening, which can increase the efficiency of the efficiency of the gaseous exchange, right, which is the respiration. So swim bladder is present, like we have here. We have the swim bladder here, and the swim bladder, what does it do? It is used for buoyancy, not for respiration. It is used for buoyancy. And the blood circulation is of single type. The gaseous exchange takes place through their 5 to 7 pairs of gills, and a current of water enters the mouth and passes over the gills and out of the gill slit, constantly providing the fish with a fresh supply of dissolved oxygen. Like I said, the gills is used for what? Is used for dissolved oxygen. Now, they also have opistonephric kidney, where we have here, look at it, this is our kidney. It is also known as what? Opistonephric kidney. And the excretory organ of Nile Tilapia consists of two kidneys, and these kidneys are just beneath the what? They are just beneath the vertebral column. Now, the nitrogenous waste are carried posteriorly from the kidney into a slender tubular ureter, which they use for what? Which they use for excreting out. You understand? Which they use for excreting nitrogenous waste out. And they have a complex brain, a spinal cord that is protected by vertebrae, and the brain is protected by the what? By the bony skull. And they have a well-developed sense organ, and it is used effectively to locate prey in water. Now, they may detect other animals electrically before sensing them by sight. There is electroreceptor in their head, and there is also lateral line that is used for sensing movement in water. So they have something we know as what? As the lateral line. So like, look at it. This is the lateral line in their body, which is used for what? Which is used for sensing movement inside water. So the lateral line is used for is sensitive to wave and other motion in water, alerting the fish of the presence of either prey or predators. Now, they are dimorphic, and when they say dimorphic, it means the sexes are separate. They have male and female. You understand? They have male and female differently, and the large opening is the anus, and the smaller one is the urogenital pore, which means they have what? They have urogenital, not really genital. It is used for excretion, and is used for what? For reproduction as well. Now, the females have three openings. The first one, the anus, the second one, the genital pore, and the third one, the urinary pore. And the genital pore and the urinary pore are collectively called what? They are collectively called urogenital pores. But the genital pore of the females are smaller than that of the males. You have to know that. You see, this group of animals, they are mouth brooders, and they establish territory and build round the nest in the pond bottom. Now, the female collects the egg that they brood in their mouths, and the egg is yellow in color, and the egg always hatch between 5 to 7 days. The young ones are called fry. You understand? The young ones are called fry, and the fry could return to the mouth of their mother when they feel threatened. So the survival rate of the fry is very, very high because there is parental care. So if the fry feel threatened, they will run into the mouth of the what? Of their mother. Now, male tilapia grow faster and much more bigger than female. In all Oreochromis species, the male excavates a nest in the pond bottom and mates with several females, and the fry remain in the female's mouth through yolk sac absorption. Sexual maturity in tilapia is a function of age, size, and environmental condition. So from what we have said now, we can see some marked difference in chondrochites and osteichthyes. What are the marked differences that we have? In chondrochites, the endoskeleton is cartilage, but in osteichthyes, the endoskeleton is what? Is bony fish. Is bony, sorry, is bone rather. Is bone. The exoskeleton is made up of placoid scales in chondrochites, but the exoskeleton of osteichthyes is made up of cycloid scales. The apical cavity of the fish is ventrally positioned, because if you look at it, look at the mouth of the shark, it is ventrally positioned. But the mouth opening of the bony fish is anterior. It is at the front, like this one that you are seeing here. I will show you. Can you see? It is anterior. It is at the front. And the position of the tail in bony fishes is homosaka. They have heterosaca. In bony fishes is homosaka, but in cartilaginous species is what is heterocercal. On either side of the head, the bony fishes, the cartilaginous species have 5 gill slits, but in bony fishes they have operculum on either side of the head, which covers the what? Which covers the gills. You understand? And the gills of cartilaginous fishes are overly exposed, but the gills of bony fishes are covered. The cartilaginous species lacks swim bladder or hair bladder, but the bony fishes has swim bladder, and this swim bladder perform hydrostatic function. The mode of fertilization in cartilaginous species is internal, but the mode of fertilization in bony fishes is external. Cartilaginous fishes are usually marine, and bony fishes are usually freshwater. So this is the difference between the bony fishes and the cartilaginous species. So this is all for today's class under the Osteichthyes and the chondrochites. So in the next class, we'll be talking about the biology of the amphibians, which is the amphibians. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.